I caught my boyfriend with my manager on his birthday.
This girl looks like a lover girl because after you caught your boyfriend the first time, you forgave him. For the HR lady to be involved with a staff already violates the HR policy of the organization. So who is she going to run to? The HR lady is also eating it out of the apple. We spend most of our hours with external people. There's this saying that proximity, triggers affection. Build yourself while you're still in the organization. Don't just exit and do nothing. Now, the experience of this present job will help her navigate her way better in the next job. If she doesn't build the resilience now, it might be very difficult. If she finds herself in another relationship, she might still make the same mistake all over again.
Hello, welcome to Corporate Confessions, where the stories are anonymous and the experiences so real. My name is Kelechi Sunday, fondly called PK, and it must interest you that I have my amazing co-host on the show, Miss Judy.
Hi guys, thank you for joining this amazing episode. We're not alone on this. We have an inspirational leader, one of a kind, an amazing guest. His name is Mr. Olusegun Odufua, also known as Dr. Slick. He's a professional coach, a mediator, a counselor, and he's passionate about changing people's lives. You don't want to know what we have here and what we have to unpack on today's confession. Thank you so much for joining, Dr. Slick. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome on board.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
It's good to be here, and I think it will be fun.
So today's confession focuses on office romance. I caught my boyfriend with my manager on his birthday.
Wow.
PK, Dr. Slick, what do you guys think?
Wow, that sounds interesting.
Hey God, I can't wait to read to the end. So I was dating a guy in my office. Let's call him IK. Any IK in the house? Okay. I genuinely loved him. It was the one person who would make work feel easier, the one I ran to whenever work was overwhelming. A month earlier, I found out he had also slept with the HR lady. When I confronted him, he cried, begged, and said she had been the one chasing him. He swore it happened only once. I was hurt, but I forgave him. Should forgiveness come here?
Well, for me, I think forgiveness is quite good. But basically, when you reconcile without changing your behavior, then it's a big problem.
So let's see if he changed.
Okay.
Then his birthday came. It was on a Friday, and he said he wanted to take the day off to rest because work had been stressing him. So I left work early and went to his house to surprise him and spend the weekend with him.
Oh.
Let's turn up. Everything was fine until that evening when someone knocked. I opened the door. It was my manager, my actual manager. The look on her face told me immediately that I was not supposed to be the one opening the door. Before I could even react, Ike ran over and started stuttering. It's not what it looks like. Then we heard another voice from outside shouting, "Oh, Bimo!" It was my manager's PA. She walked in smiling and froze the moment she saw all of us in the living room. Then that hit me. I was not in a relationship. I was in a rotation. Me, my manager, a PA, and the HR lady I had already forgiven him for. Remember, there was an HR lady in the beginning. Yes. So making 3 ladies. It's been 3 months now and work has been hell. My manager has been dealing with me back to back and a PA with pure bitterness, cold attitudes, silent punishment, daily tension. I recently went through a 5-stage interview with another advertising agency because I desperately wanted to leave. Then I got the rejection email. I just cried because now I'm stuck in the same office with the same shame, same people, and same heartbreak. So I think at this point, she does not even know what she's battling. At this point, I honestly don't know what hurts more. Losing the man I loved, or the fact that this one stupid office relationship may have damaged my peace and career. If you were me, would you resign and protect your sanity, or stay and endure till something better comes? PK, what a wonderful story.
While the story was going on, a lot of things was actually going through my mind. But before I unveil what's on my mind, I'll just throw it to our amazing guest. Let's see the thoughts on this.
quite an interesting story, and it's a bittersweet story because you look at it that, okay, she works in an organization, she met this guy, and fantastic young man, IK, quote and unquote, and he's like, I won't go to person. Every time she's stuck with work, she's having a bottleneck, IK gives her that soft landing, gives her that energy, gives her that, helping hand. And, got intimate, got loved, and everything was going on well. And suddenly, HR lady comes into play. Okay, she forgave him as a result of, okay, because I love you.
Yeah.
And next thing, the heartbreaker. And the heartbreaker is more or less like, the manager and the PA. And you look at it that in that situation, is, you get totally heartbroken. Our escape route will have been getting another job.
Exactly.
She now got rejected. She's rejected out there. Internally, she's also, downcasted. No matter how you psych up yourself in the morning and say, okay, I'm going to work to start my day. And by the time you step into that environment, you cite IK, you cite your HR lady, you cite her PA, and you're like, oh, this is going to be hellish. And so I understand what she's going through, and it's really a tough one on her. But basically, if you ask me, it goes back to office romance. I'll say a no to office romance, because office romance usually ends up in this way if you're not careful.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Sleep, for that contribution. But in this situation now, okay, from your point of view, we all would agree that you are totally against office romance.
Exactly.
But in a situation where you can't control it,
Look at emotion.
that we call emotional attachment.
Exactly.
In the office space, you have a colleague who is always there for you, or you let it get to a person, someone, a go-to person, someone you, at the slick of your finger, he's there to sort the issue for you, and unconsciously you begin to get emotionally attached to such person. So in this scenario, it's a situation that she would have probably evaded.
Yes.
And it happened. So are you advising that she should stick to that workplace, even when she gets something better, or it's better because of her emotional sanity to leave, resign? I'm not gonna doing.
Who's going to pay her bills? If she resigns, who's going to pay her
Okay.
bills?
So it's a two-in-one question, and I like the perspective you're coming from. So I'll take the first question, which is the basic question is, can you ever do without office romance? Now, it's a very thin line, because we spend most of our hours with external people.
Yes.
A 9-to-5 person goes to work every day. You spend most of your productive hours in the office. You get back home, you're tired, and that's just the end. And so there's this saying that, proximity, triggers affection. People you're seeing almost on a daily basis. That's why you see people in the church getting, engaged or entangled in love. People in the mosque, people, once there's like a cluster of people, seeing each other on a daily basis, consistent basis, there's that, possibility of affection growing, even when she's not beautiful, she begins to look beautiful in your eyes because you see her almost every day. You understand? So in this case, it's very nearly impossible that office romance wouldn't happen. But, I'm just looking at it from the end point. End point is more or less like most office romance, if you do the statistics, ends up in a lot of disaster. Most office, and a lot of organizations, from the HR policies frown against it, particularly when it's now, when it comes to maybe a superior, a line manager and his subordinate. So most times they frown at it, because if they're not careful, the line manager is going to use his or her own office to intimidate the subordinates at the end of the day if things go south. So for me, it's a no-no. And I tell people that no matter how the affection is coming up, you just have to, introduce personal discipline. You just have to discipline yourself. And most time, if you're having an office romance, one person has to leave at the end of the day.
I thought it's when they want to get married that organization.
Yes, but once it's getting hot, and if you know that this thing
so who's going to pay our bills?
Exactly. So I understand. So, but in this story, with IK and this young lady, for me, I wouldn't subscribe to her leaving the office.
Yeah.
I wouldn't subscribe to her leaving, because yes, even
What if
yes.
she leaves? What if she leaves and the guy still leaves her?
So the guy has even left her already. The guy has even left her because somebody that is, handling about 3 other ladies in the office.
The relationship is gone.
Yeah, the relationship is gone. But for me,
she was in love.
Exactly. But I don't subscribe to her leaving the organization, because see, if she leaves, already she's psychologically damaged. emotionally damaged. Now, if she doesn't rebuild herself, rebuild her confidence, and lives like that, also professionally, if she leaves and she needs a recommendation in that office, she needs certain things in that office. So, even you are in a toxic environment, that's sometimes, that's why you're told to build resilience. No matter the toxicity, even though everywhere is toxic, it's a very harsh environment, you can still build yourself in such a way that, you can and live above it. You can rise above it. All you need to do for such a lady, seek therapy, seek help and rebuild her confidence. Know that, okay, yes, she's going to get all the hits from her line manager, the HR lady, her direct manager, the PA of the manager. They're going to give her a lot of things, but she can also walk up to, the higher up, speak to somebody, probably one of the managers or anything, and try to express herself and let them know what she's going through. And maybe she could change her department. She could change wherever department she's working and move to another department, or
because of boyfriends.
She can move to another branch.
Okay,
if the organization has a lot of branches, she can move to another.
Exactly,
and she's still within the organization. And not that she's not going to look for another job if she's maybe her mind, because there's what they call inside looking outside. She can be inside the organization, but her mind is outside the organization.
Let me cut you short a little bit, Dr. Slick. Being in an organization and you're still looking out elsewhere, considering the situation of things that had happened at our current place of work, don't you think the productivity at her workplace will be affected?
Exactly.
Because
she's human.
And
Okay, so I think I have something to say, and this is in relation to the boss. So ideally, there's this, if you're my boss, there's this level of respect and objectivity you have. Like, I'll respect you. I mean, there's this mutual respect.
Exactly.
And you'll be objective when you're dealing with me and when it comes to work. Let's look at it from this angle. So are you saying that there are some things that she would do, like her deliverables, it will be 100% correct? The manager will still be hunting her like, you did rubbish, get this out of my side.
Most likely, because already the organization itself, the culture of the organization is already suspicious. Because for the HR lady to be involved with a staff already violates the HR policy of the organization. So who is she going to run to? HR should be the safe space for the lady to say that, okay, oh, my manager is harassing me. Oh, my manager is sleeping with my boyfriend. Okay, let me go to the HR person to discuss and see. But the HR lady herself is also entangled in this whole web of, scandal. So who does she run to? So you can't expect her to, there can't be any objectivity, because her direct manager would always taunt her, no matter what she does. Even if her performance is 100%, the manager could complain and say, oh, she's not working so hard. And if she goes to the HR to say, oh, ma, I'm doing well, the HR lady is also eating it out of the apple.
Apple for apple.
With all of this, are you still advising that she stay put?
Yeah. So
it takes her 10 years, 5 years.
No. What I'm saying is that for now, she can stay put, but be strategic. Now, the strategy is more or less
Sorry to cut you short.
Yes.
Your definition for the timing is not specific. It could take her 2 years to get a replacement. It could take her 3 years to get another job. So are you telling me that if it takes me 3 years to get a better job, that I remain in a toxic environment?
A bed in hand is better than nothing outside. Oh my. Tinubu's economy will not give you that kind of. So let me tell you. So it's better you stay in the job while looking elsewhere. And that's why I said you rebuild your confidence.
My mental health.
health.
I know the mental health is at stake. I agree. But let's be honest with ourselves.
From this story, this disaster, she should remain there and build her resilience.
Build her resilience and look elsewhere. Start looking for a job.
But
she get the right job.
She needs to work on herself first.
She needs to work on herself, because if she doesn't work on herself and gets a better job, she will say I'm not fine there now. And she will love up again.
Because
I love her girl. This girl looks like a lover girl, because after you caught your boyfriend the first time, you forgave him. So she made that means she's a lover girl. So if she's not careful,
about the place of forgiveness, not necessarily because she's a lover girl.
See, a sky is a sky. No matter the kind of cream you use to cover it. John, in fact, I always say this: if you buy pepper, this pepper they call akarodo.
and you create 72 hours. Now when you eat that pepper, it will not pepper you. Exactly. So when you buy pepper and you eat it, it must pepper.
So immediately he saw that out. He gives you a sign to know that this is the kind of person he is. Now, what she needed to do was to begin to study the kind of young man and say, okay, take out emotions. Now, when you want to take decisions in life, you must balance your emotion and reason. But most times we use our emotions to, to cloud our reasoning. So she wasn't reasoning at that point in time. She was, loved up and
Matters of the heart now.
the heart of the matter is also the, it's the matter of the heart. Heart issues are very delicate. We agree. But in situations like this, all she needed to do was, okay, you've seen that this person is this kind of person. Like, that because the red flag will be all around her, but she was not noticing because she was clouded with emotions.
Of course, enjoying the benefits.
Exactly. So now the reality is there. So what I'm saying is that build yourself while you're still in the organization. Don't just exit and do nothing. It doesn't work that way. Look elsewhere, update your CV, upgrade yourself. If you need to do some personal development trainings, do some personal development training, upgrade yourself so that by the time you are now looking elsewhere, you get the right job. Now, the experience of this present job would help her navigate her way better in the next job.
Okay, if there's one takeaway I got from this, not just about this story, it's the fact that workplace experience would shape you more than you imagine or you might even admit. Because now she's in the process. If she stays there, it will help her build a person, a personality rather, and then a level of resilience.
Definitely, because the same experience can even happen with her normal boyfriend out there, even who is not even in the workplace.
Who is abnormal boyfriend?
No. Like if what I'm saying that if she gets a boyfriend out there, who is not even within the same workspace, but this experience would shape in her life and also make her understand the kind of man she needs. The kind of man she needs in her life. So all of this is also part of her life journey as she walks through. So if she doesn't build the resilience now, it might be very difficult. If she finds herself in another relationship, she might still make the same mistake all over again.
It's been an amazing time on this show here on Corporate Confessions. And if you've listened to amazing guests, Mr. Olusegun, aka
Dr. Sleep.
It's been very educating. I'd like you to drop your comments and on the comment section. Let's get the feedback because our confessionist might be readable, the suggestions, and there might be something on the comment section that will go a long way to help her heal. Who knows? All right, as we round up, I'm just going to give the final section. Dr. Sleep, in 1 or 2 words, what's going to be your final wrap-up on this story and what will be your final counsel to our confessions?
Build yourself, build your resilience. Don't let anybody make you feel less of yourself because the situation around you, I know it could affect your mental health at this point in time, but you're not the only one going through this. A lot of people have gone through this and also been able to, find a way through. So don't let it affect you as a person. Just take it as one of those things in life. It has happened. It has happened. Move on from it. Like I said, seek help if you need to. You can speak to someone. Get somebody who is trusted, like a mentor, somebody that you feel that will listen to you and share your thoughts with such a person and get a bit of help because life is always life with others. You cannot live life in isolation because the more you live in isolation, the more damaged you become. So share your story with other people. At least just have 1 or 2 discussions with them. Relax yourself, enjoy yourself. Life no hard. So just relax yourself. So basically, for viewers out there, be yourself. Like I always say, do not let your background put you to the ground, and ensure that you live life fully. Enjoy yourself. I always tell people, enjoy yourself. It's important to watch movies, watch comedy skits. Take a walk, talk to people. Just know that no matter the problem you're going through, once you develop yourself, build yourself, and believe in yourself, you can always achieve it. But most importantly, don't take shortcuts, else you'll be cut short.
Correct.
Don't take shortcuts, else you'll be
Cut short.
All right, on the final note, let's have amazing co-host, Judy, just for the final.
Okay, so for me, I would say that the truth is corporate life can be wild, but at least now there's a safe space for people to talk about it. So yeah, corporate confessions, you can talk about it, share it anonymously, and rest assured that we'll discuss it. And if you need direction and next line of action, you definitely get it here.
All right, viewers, it's been such an awesome time on this show, Corporate Confessions. Thank you so much for watching. Kindly subscribe on our YouTube channel, Corporatenaija, and every other social media handle. We are on Facebook, we're on Instagram. Thank you so much and see you on the next episode. Thank you.